Speaker, to the Premier, and let me first say that I can still see him from the back of the room. I want the Premier to join me in putting Albertans first, and he can start by assuring all Albertans that the recent information they received on foreign ownership of their resources in the oil sands will not prevent value-added job creation in the province of Alberta. Will the Premier tell Albertans that the recent developments will have zero adverse effect on the future potential of the oil sands to produce value-added jobs in the area of upgrading, or is he going to allow Alberta to fall back into Canadian history where we were drawers of water and hewers of wood?
The Honourable the Premier.
Mr. Speaker, a good question. I believe the member is referring to recent purchase of 9% of Syncrude for about $4.67 billion. We are proceeding with our plan to keep adding value to the production out of the oil sands. This agreement, is what I gather, what I know, has not asked for any of the bitumen to go directly to the country of China. But remember, Mr. Speaker, this is buying a part of a share of an existing operation in the oil sands.
The Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, can the Premier categorically state that there will be no loss of ownership of the resource and control and decision-making authority around the resource so critical to all Albertans?
The Honourable the Premier.
I haven't not party to the agreement and haven't read it, and even if I did, I'm not a lawyer. But it will take months before this agreement will be approved by both the federal government and, of course, I believe the Chinese government as well. But it just shows to prove that we have a tremendous resource in the province of Alberta, a 9% stake, Syncrude, $4.65 billion. That's a lot of jobs that are going to be created in Alberta as a result.
Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, since I, along with most Albertans these days, am not convinced that this government always has our best interests at heart, can the Premier give Albertans specifics as to how he proposes to protect our ability to control the resource of the Alberta oil sands for all Albertans for generations to come?
The Honourable the Premier.
Mr. Speaker, we just changed significantly the royalty on oil sands. This is the first time in history, I believe, in the province that oil sands royalty has exceeded natural gas and conventional oil as well. So that tells us that we are on the right path of creating this additional wealth. With respect to value added, there will be an RFP that will be completed, and I believe the examination of that RFP will be concluded sometimes in June, and we will have further news on the value added file.
The Honourable Member for Red Deer South, followed by the Honourable Member for Red Edmonton Riverview.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We've not heard much about the Alberta capital